Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to part 4 of my full platinum walkthrough for the Callisto Protocol. This is chapter 4, the habitat. We're picking up exactly where we left off. We just came down that ladder at the end of chapter 3 and then we are going to move on. So at the start here there's going to be a bit of back and forth while we deal with the horrendously small inventory that we have, because there's going to be a few items we want to grab and sell. You know, we want to get the good upgrades now, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to walk forward and go down here, and there's going to be one of those upgrade terminals. But down below us, there's some stuff we want as well. So there's a bit of back and forth, though, so don't pick that up just yet. You can leave it for now. I can't pick it up yet anyway. Just to keep that extra slot in your inventory just in case, because we're going to be back up here in a moment. So go and sell whatever you have that you don't need. So if you have, you should have an energy converter, and you should have this decoder. If you stomp the robot at the end of the previous episode, you will have that, and it's worth 500. Here, I'm just checking whether we can make a save yet. We can't. The manual save feature is a bit weird at the beginning of chapters. I don't know whether it's because I'm starting the game again or something like that. I don't know why, but you do have to get quite into it before you can actually make a manual save. So we will do that. I'm just reminding you, because this is the chapter where there is kind of a broken collectible with regard to a checkpoint, so you want to make sure that it definitely gets ticked off at the end. But that's a lot further on. I will tell you to make a manual save just before that as well, just in case, because it disappeared from my inventory and it was quite annoying in my practice. So again, still can't make a manual save at this point. We'll go back up and make one afterwards. So we're just coming down here to grab a few things, and then we're going to go up, sell them, and then we're going to carry on. We actually need to come down here to carry on. We need to go through that hole I've just revealed, but there is some stuff up here. And obviously we don't want to grab it now and then carry it around. It's a little bit annoying, the crate. You have to press X to jump up. We also have to press X to move it. So there's an energy converter on here. Obviously that's worth a couple of hundred. And then there's going to be an item chest up here. As you can see, this is over an hour, this video. This is a fairly long chapter. It's probably the most difficult, but it's not difficult. I don't want to say that and put you off and say it's a difficult chapter when ultimately it's not. But the difficult enemies get introduced at the end of this chapter, but you don't have the suit yet, so they can one-shot you almost. 1 or 2 hits, you're dead. On this difficulty, but don't let that put you off. Just don't let them hit you. Easier said than done, I know, but we'll try and do this as easily as possible. But yeah, after this chapter we'll get the suit, which means we'll have a bigger inventory, which is the most important thing, I reckon. And we'll also have a bit more health and take more damage, which is also good. So this chapter is kind of a bridge one, where you get the difficult enemies before you get the suit. So we're climbing all the way back up. I did think it was best to do this because, you know, inventory at this point, we want to get all the good upgrades as soon as possible, with regards to the baton especially. Unit online. So sell if you got a converter as well, if you may have got another one in the chest. I don't have any health at this point. Can we get it yet? No, we cannot. We need another 900 yet. But we'll get it. You get quite a lot in this episode. So now we can grab this health and make our way down. Now we will continue on, and when we get to the bottom of the ladder, we will make that manual save as well. I know we're 5 minutes in. We're not even 4 minutes in? We're not even done anything yet. But like I said, it's all worth it. I will sort of point you in the direction of things from now on. There's going to be some places where it's worth you going back and grabbing a few things, especially if you're behind me on credits. It's going to give you that opportunity to catch up. I'm not going to get them, but I'll definitely tell you where to go and get them. So now we can. So make a save. This is our manual save for the beginning of the chapter. It makes sense doing it now as well. It's a good job it did. Then we don't have to do the back and forth just in case anything goes wrong. Bit of a funny run down the stairs. And then we're going to go through here. This is where we move the crate, and it's going to drop us after a long crawl into a load of dookie. It's got some pretty impressive dookie effects in this game, I must say. You'll see it when you get close up after going through this area. Not that you particularly want. I don't know whether you want to see them. Close up effects like that, I don't know. So dropping down, lovely stuff. You can't even fathom how disgusting that would be, could you? He's holding it. Oh, it's like there's a faint smell. But no, it'd be terrible. So there's an enemy in here in the water. There was always going to be. You knew there was going to be. So just slowly go towards the left-hand side. Oh god, he got the grab in. And obviously hold left or right, ready to dodge left or right. This isn't the most difficult enemies yet. We're not there yet. Basically, they mutate, which you knew that was going to happen, didn't you? And they hit a lot harder. But because the dodge is, when perfected, is extremely powerful, they shouldn't hit you. So once he's down, we're going to go up around here and get out of here. And here you can see the light hitting those particles of I don't know. I don't know, it's quite impressive how it's all over him, but it's kind of disgusting at the same time. Very good. This game does detail very well. I must say it's definitely what draws me to the game more than... The gameplay's not that bad. It does feel a bit rigid to start with, but once you get into it, it's definitely one of the best games of the year, I would say. I know some may disagree. So, new enemy type there. We'll deal with those later on. They're actually very easy to deal with. Oh, it's crawling again. You'll like this calmer part. You'll want this calmer part back once we get into the chapter proper. If you want to deal with this guy quickly, just throw him into the spikes. I probably should have done that. I thought there was another encounter straight after this, and I wanted to save my glove, but no, just throw him into the spikes. Makes things a lot quicker. Or you can practice and hit him out the park like that. So this, again, isn't the way we're supposed to go. We're just going to take a quick detour to get a bit of credits. I think he even says... Jacob even says, am I even going the right way or something like this at this point. Where am I going? Yeah. Where the hell am I going? Going around in bloody circles. Yeah, so get the credits out the cabinet there. That's all we came up for. And now we'll carry on. Up here is our first collectible of 7 in this chapter. Quite a lot to find. We have an item chest up here as well. Obviously, you're going to get different stuff to me. Energy converter. Probably should have dropped the converter and took the health. But I kept the converter. Or did I drop it? No, I was thinking about it maybe. I should have dropped the converter and took the health there. But never mind. And there's our collectible. It's Dr. Caitlyn again. And I couldn't figure out, I completely blanked on which one we just picked up, but it is Corruptors. I played the wrong one. I just played any. But just make sure you play Corruptors, all of them. Make sure it counts. And then off we go. Usually when I do get the collectible, I take note of which one we've picked up and I'll go to it. But I was reading my notes then on what to do next and completely missed it. My fault, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about what I said about the poo particles as well. I basically gave the game 10 on 10 because of poo particles. One of the best games of the year because poop. Anyway, so this guy, there is an invisible guy in this room. It's a bit weird, this situation. You're going to grab that fuse. He's going to grab you, press triangle. He's going to disappear. It's fine. You take minimal damage in that encounter. He's going to go in there, and then he's disappeared. He's gone. A weird situation when I initially did this in my practice is it just outright killed me. I had the same amount of health as I do now. It just killed me straight away. So I don't know. If you die, it's fine. Obviously, the checkpoint just before the room, you'll be okay. Once you've done the first fuse, run over to this corner quickly, and there's going to be a spitter that's going to jump out of that vent. You obviously want to close down the gap with this guy so you don't get spat at, like so. Did manage to block that one, as much as I don't particularly use block. But yeah, that's the first invisible one. And then when I came through here, so initially in my practice I died, it just outright killed me. I don't know why it did that. I didn't miss the button prompt, I was ready for it, because I was, wandering through slowly, I could hear something. And then I came through and it wasn't there at all, so it may be the case where you don't get grabbed. So there is that. Collectible here, this is Bruno Vorenus, Crosswired. I remembered the name of this one, so listen to that one. And then grab the gate fuse off the side here. And we're going to put it in the opposite corner. Over here, there's some lockers as well. It's going to be random what you get out of there. And this is going to open up the door, meaning we can leave. Yeah, the invisible ones, honestly, are some of the easier enemies in the game. As difficult as they may seem, they die very easily as well. So we're just going to make a quick detour here again for some more items. Another item chest. So pull that grate open, use your glove to do that. Long old tunnel, this one. Okay. Come on. Struggling to get out there. Come on, we've got places to be. Things to do. So check this room. I think there's just this cabinet. I don't think there's anything else. Vending machine doesn't do anything. And then you've got an item chest here in the corner. So pick up what you can here. There is health in there I can't get, and there is a Pristine energy converter. I'm going to grab the Pristine energy converter. Now what you can do is you can come back to this chest. I'm going to say that do this. Come back. You don't need to worry about leaving anything behind. I'm actually going to drop the energy converter here because I can get the better one. You can come back to this one. Actually, I knew there was something else in here. So grab those credits. So yeah, we're going to leave, and then this door locks behind you, but you can just climb through the vent again. I don't come back up here, but if you come back up here once, because we're just going to go down here and sell this stuff that we have, you can come back up and grab anything that you couldn't get before, and then go back and sell it. That will put you slightly ahead, or maybe even with me if you're behind at the moment. It's going to give you that chance to catch up on credits if you didn't get the luck I did with regards to the items you got in certain boxes. And we'll do that a couple of times in this episode to make sure you can catch up. Now down here there's those horrible, where is it? I'm trying to kick it. There it is, it comes out of that one. Yeah, so it's worth it. I mean, there's 3 lots of credits on the floor here, and he actually drops some itself. It's just the one. But yeah, there's a lot of credits here on the floor. There is something in the water. You saw it moving around before. Don't worry, nothing jumps out of this water. I don't know if they could make it any more obvious, but we need to go through that vent next. And in here is going to be one of those upgrade terminals. So yeah, sell what you want, and then you can go backtrack while you've got the time. Obviously, I'm not going to do it in this video because it would just make it even longer. Grab anything you didn't get, and then you can sell it here as well. So I've just got the Pristine. But yeah, you can get another. I could have got another couple hundred at this point. We're not quite there yet. 2.7 we need. We will also get another upgrade for the baton as well. I didn't get it in my practice. Or I did get it in my practice. I wasn't going to get it in this one, but I decided no, it might be for the best. So you're going to get when you do the wheel there, just start swinging. There's not much help. There's loads of them. So just find them all and just swing, and you should get away pretty unharmed from all that. If you get the vast majority and you swing, you turn the valve, and then we can actually carry on now. At this point, you can go back, grab those things, come back, sell it, and then carry on after that. So it was just up there, and then through the vent again. Follow the red pipe. There is a lot of sort of slow movement through vents and this sort of shimmying through, but usually it does sort of annoy me. It's quite obvious that it's loading screens. But in this one, I think it does add to the claustrophobic feel. It does make sense that you'd be trying to avoid everything and go the behind the scenes almost. Right, lots of fighting to do now, and yeah, the whole chapter is going to pick up from now on. So other side here, don't move any further forward to the right. Just deal with this guy here. It's just one guy. Here's quite a strong one. So just, yeah, same as usual. Just look out for his attacks. Left then right, or right then left, whichever way you're doing it. And take him down. Yeah, move much more forward, and you're going to spawn the other enemies. So don't want to go much more. There we go, they're coming through. So there's going to be a spitter and a regular one. The spitter's off to the right there, I think. Yeah, you got the regular one here. I was trying to throw him down here. That's not going to work. So we're going to have to deal with them. Oh, I got lucky there. So I'm just putting me between the melee guy in between me and the spitter. Jesus. And yeah, 2 on 1. It's not that bad. It feels like, oh my god, what the hell am I supposed to do? I can't directionally block, but you don't need to. Just as long as you're holding left or right, whichever one runs at you, you're gonna avoid them. But do use the gun when you're cornered like this, when you're outnumbered. Do use the gun. Obviously, when it's 1-on-1, you don't need to drop back on the gun again. But don't be afraid to use it. Some health up there if you need it. Now, just in front of us, there's a ladder which you can climb up, and you can grab a fuse out of there. If you do that, you're going to trigger a checkpoint. Just before we trigger that checkpoint, we're going to come and open this chest. It's up to you if you want to open it. You're going to get attacked by 3 enemies at the same time. Because we have that explosive thing there, it's not actually too bad. You can just pick that up and throw it at the 2 furthest ones, not the one in front of you. So pick it up. You've got 1 in front of you, you've got 2 behind. Throw it at the 2 behind. It shouldn't be too bad if it hits you, but the 2 behind, one of them's a spitter, so you don't want to have to deal with that one. But you can get 2 for the price of 1, which is much better than dealing with the 2. Of course, if you've not done Float Like a Butterfly yet, you will still need to try and do the perfect dodges. The timing, hopefully you can get it better than me, is quite slight. So again, if you don't know how to do it, it's instead of holding left or right, you're going to have to kind of flick it left or right rather than holding it. You know, try and time it as a proper dodge as you would in a normal game. Energy converter I'm going to leave, but hopefully you get something better out of that chest than me. And also, I think I've said it a couple of times, but if you do die after getting a collectible, but before the next checkpoint, you do need to go back and get that collectible. And that's going to be more apparent than ever in this one, because there's some particular checkpointery we're going to do with regards to collectibles to make sure they save in case you die. So grab the fuse as you come down. There's going to be another couple of guys here. One's going to pop out. You're going to pick him up and you're going to throw him over there. It's extremely powerful, the glove. I know it. I can understand now why they've made it so limited with the batteries and just its usage, its charge speed and things like that, because you could just throw them all over the edge and you wouldn't deal with anyone. So yeah, do use it sparingly somewhat, because you're going to have to use it again in a moment. So run, 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 and there's going to be a spitter that's going to appear from here. Just pick him up and throw him over the edge. My battery ran out there. Throw him over, and then behind you is going to be a big SWAT kind of guy, security. And then you can just take him one-on-one. This one's playing along. Usually they block those ones. They're quite bad for blocking. And onward. So we use the fuse. We're now carrying on with the story here, moving forward at this point. I know there's lots of back and forth in this game, but it's for our benefit on this difficulty. Having said that, that's where we need to go. But we need to carry on, and this is actually for a collectible now. Button prompting does get stuck now and again. So you're going to see, where is it? There's a health injector on a wall. Don't worry about picking it up. This enemy's not going to get you just yet. Don't worry about getting it just yet. You're going to have a fight here, unless you definitely need it. Obviously, grab it if you need it. But there's one there on the wall. I'm going to leave it until after the fight. There's going to be a couple of enemies here once we leave. So I'm just going to leave it because I've got a couple. I'm okay. I'm going to keep the space instead, because I'd only have to drop it anyway in case there was anything good. So grab that fuse out of there. I thought I saw something in the corner there. There's nothing. And then put it in here. And then open all these lockers up while the room does its thing and makes us clean somewhat, even though the enemies are actually through. Oh, there's loads of nastiness through here. Don't worry, it's not going to grab you, you'll be fine. There's actually lots to find in this room. Initially it doesn't look too much, but there is. I think that might actually be some in the container on the left there. But our main thing is through here. We've got an item chest, and then to the left as we leave there's going to be a collectible. So yeah, I would have had to have dropped that medkit anyway. So you've got some stuff glistening in the shelves here. Some credits, and then in this room we have the collectible. 15 in total. Dr. J. Moonbell Cocoons. Jai? I don't know how to say that name. I don't think I've ever seen it before. It's usually with a J-A-I that I've seen it. Jai? Yeah, let's go with that. I'm not sure what I'm checking there. I don't know why I checked that. I think I was checking what I should pick up and drop here. Oh yeah, I wanted to, that was right. I was getting rid, because I want another battery pack. So if you do get that, because we're going to be throwing some enemies around later, so a couple of battery packs is going to be preferable at this point, to me at least. So a few more credits. I think there might be another container, shelf off to the right I may have missed. So we just need to be quarantined and then we can leave. Need to grab this fuse again. So you did just get a checkpoint. Checkpoint usually means fight. It definitely does in this game. And yeah, you got a couple here. Again, go for the gun. You get the opportunity. Oh, we got the hit on him then. And we're getting the double hits here. Slowly turn around. Yeah, the one that didn't just hit you is the one that's going to more than likely hit you. And then it all falls apart when it's one-on-one. I don't know why. Whoa, what are we doing? So, yep, luckily I left that in, health here. So I can use one and then just pick that one up and then on we go. Okay, back to the main room, and we're going to deal with some invisible guys after being introduced to the new, stronger enemy variable type variety. Yeah, let's go with that. So nothing as you go into this room yet. So you need to trigger that. There's going to be some ammo over here. There's ammo in quite a few places in this room. We will be back in this room. I'll pick most of it up then. Health, don't worry about picking it up yet. There's going to be at least another 2 where we're about to go. So I'll leave this one for later on. You can take that as we leave. There's a room to the left. Just ignore that for the moment. We're just going to go in here. And there's going to be an upgrade terminal, meaning we can sell some stuff and make some room. So I'm going to just do a quick sweep of this little bit of an area here. We're going to get as many credits as possible. And hopefully we can do some upgrading here. So grab whatever's in these lockers. You don't need to go off to the left-hand side here just yet. Just grab whatever you can find. There's going to be health in these more than likely. There's another health thing on the wall there. We'll get that in a moment. Just going to see what's in the other room. Some credits. Energy converter. And we'll be back for that health before we leave. So there's loads of it here. So I do sell that health as well because I know there's 2 I can go and pick up in a minute. So I can now do the final upgrade or damage upgrade, the final damage upgrade for the baton, which means it's as strong as we need it really. We're going to do one more upgrade on this. It gives us an extra combo hit, which, you know, it can help. It's quite cheap at this point. So there is a blocking one as well. Like I said right at the start, this guide, blocking is not the best. But what we will do here is we're going to get that increased velocity alloy sheath. It's only 300, but it can put you an extra hit to your combo, which can help out. You know, you can essentially do a 4-hit combo while we work towards the final upgrades on the gun. We only need to fully upgrade one weapon, and then after that we're pretty much free to do whatever. We're going to save most of our money and put it into damage upgrades in the shotgun and the machine gun, because obviously they're better weapons. But that's not for a while. So I can pick up these 2 health injectors now. Thought I saw something shining there. No, now we'll carry on down here. So there's going to be a new enemy. Well, it's an old enemy type that's morphed into a new one, essentially. There is a way of stopping the morph, but it's not always the easiest to do, especially on this difficulty. You want to just kill them as quickly as possible. This is freaky. I thought that was quite good. Unfortunately, they did a little musical cue to give your attention to it. It would have been cool just to kind of notice that out of the corner of your eye. Pun intended, I suppose. So this one's going to change. You can't stop this one. It's going to happen. So whenever you see those tentacles, it means they're about to change. So they do hit like a truck, these things now. It will slice you in half. It's just going to hit you extremely hard. Obviously, with the dodge being so powerful, if you dodge properly, if you can do it properly, they're just not going to hit you. What is going to get introduced soon in the next corridor kind of fight that we have, not yet, is combos are going to change for the enemy slightly to throw you off. It threw me off when I was doing the practice. It was pretty horrible, to be honest. Bit of a wall almost. So with the tentacles, all enemies now will have those tentacles. This we need to grab as a collectible 16. This is a story related one. We need this to carry on. But yeah, obviously dig that out of the back of his neck there. So yeah, when the tentacles appear, you have sort of 5-ish seconds to defuse the situation. You can either keep hitting the enemy, or you can try and put a bit of distance to you. It's not always possible. And put a couple of bullets into the tentacles, and they will die, and it will stop them morphing into the strong type. It sounds easy, but obviously it's not always the easiest, because the enemies do have the tendency to close the gap between you and them pretty quickly, and aiming in this game is slow, so you might not be able to pull that off. But don't worry, because you can just melee them instead. We're not going to get into a situation where we're really getting loads of those guys on top of us. There is a situation where that happens. We're not in this chapter, so you'll have time to get used to it. So sold health injector there, because I know I'm going to grab one up here. So as you come in here, use this door to come back into this room and duck behind here. And there's going to be an enemy. You can see him. He's alert. He knows we are here, but he will... There, he's sort of deactivated. So if you hide, he won't see you now, and he'll just kind of de-aggro. And at this point, you can stealth kill both of these. Now, if you don't stealth kill both, don't worry about it. Just kill them normally. But there is a chance that they will transform, so be aware of that. But stabbing and stealth in this game is really, really forgiving. I mean, look at this. The noise of stealth kill does not affect enemies around them, which is really good news, and stamping also does not affect the noise levels around you, which is also good. For the blind enemies in chapter 6, you'll notice that especially. You can be really violent and do lots of stealth kills next to other enemies. It's really forgiving, which is not realistic, but good, because it means we don't have to worry about things. So health injector, there is some ammo in the corner, some ammo on the side there, and there's some over there as well. We're not going to need too much ammo. You'll need a couple of shots here, but once you do this, you're going to get attacked by three invisible ones, not at the same time, but they are fine. So I'm just going to skip the cutscene there. You can see there's the invisible one. Try and track them, so just kind of follow them. Don't need to shoot them. Kind of follow where it is. It'll disappear for a moment potentially, and then it'll come back and it'll run at you. You just need to dodge it the same way you do any other. 1, 2, give it a quick shot, and then it'll run away. No point trying to chase it down. It'll come straight back in a moment, and it's just you and this first one alone. And you'll see that these ones are really quite easy. So just a quick dodge, and then it's dead. Oh, I got a bit overzealous with the swing in there. And then there's just going to be 2 at the same time, and yeah, they're fine. Just keep an eye on where they are. There he is. Dodge. Shot. Done. Don't try and close the gap on them. Sometimes you can and it's okay, but a lot of the times they'll flip straight back over and just lunge at you, and you'll more than likely get hit. They do hit quite hard, but they're also extremely easy to dodge. So just keep an eye on both so you know roughly where they are, but only one will come after you. Fortunately, this is the one I haven't. Yeah, we managed to get it. He was in runaway mode there. He was close enough to run after him and get that last hit in. Then we just got the last one, wherever he's gone. He's over there somewhere. And there he comes. And he should just be one hit, but I'll overswing, of course. And there we go, that's it. It's fine. They're really quite easy, the invisible ones. They ramp them up in this episode as being the scary new enemy type, and they're honestly not bad. The mutating ones are a lot worse. So just waiting for the timer to count down there and the cycle to complete. The purge cycle. You can run around, just collect all this hand cannon ammo, reload your gun, make sure you've got some room, or don't have any room in that. Do a quick sweep of everything. And we are ready to leave. So I'm just going to press this button, it's going to bring a ladder down. And then it's one of those sections that I really don't care for in games, honestly. It's the watery, slidey, you have to move left and right to avoid things kind of thing. They do it in Tomb Raider, they do it in this, and obviously if you hit something you die instantly. I'm never any good at them, I don't particularly care for them, but we're about to do one, and there's a couple in this game. The other one's not so bad because you're flying through space and it's kind of cool, but this one, no. So you can get attacked here, chop, which is fine. Then we're going to go down this ladder, and then at the bottom of the ladder, I think it's quite a long one, this one, the ladder, that is. Yeah, it's almost like a Metal Gear Solid ladder, not quite the extremes obviously.
Damn things won't quit.
Yeah, so when you're at the bottom in good old video game fashion, turn around. There's good stuff when you turn around. Well, it's not amazing, it's just 2 lots of credits, but it's free money. And then we're just going to run down here, and just like John McClane, we're going to get washed away.
I guess I'm going this way.
Eventually. Any time now. I'm not sure how he didn't expect this to happen. Now, yes, you're just going left and right on a slippy slope. If you die, it's fine. There's lots of checkpoints. There's a few on the way down. It's just a bit annoying. I never can do these things properly without dying. There's always one time I'll die, and I do. So right, left. Oh, that was quite close. Around here, where are we? Through. Don't try and go through. Go left and right. Stick to the left here. Big drop down here. Go through the middle of these ones. And then it's when we get to the fan that's the problem, because I overthink it. So just stick to the right before there, because there is one there. Yeah, so there's going to be a checkpoint. I've just switched it here, but these fans try and preempt where you're going to need to be rather than... Yeah, it can be a bit difficult with those last two. You're potentially going to get hit there. And then, oh, getting close. I did hit one there, which didn't kill me, which is a surprise. But yeah, these last few posts... And then it's going to go pitch black, checkpoint, done. Now there's going to be an enemy that's going to grab you. It's fine, just get ready with triangle. As you come down here, you slow down, you can see the triangle. It looks like he's got no texture on him. I don't know if that's just the PS4 version, or it just looks a bit weird to me. So don't worry, you don't need to try and grab this or anything. It's going to automatically grab it. There's going to be another enemy. I thought that was kind of cool, actually. Just think when you think you're safe, swing through into the last one there. Yeah, I can kick him down, and that's it. You're done. Now we just need to climb this chain. I'm not going to show this bit because it's a little cutscene at the end, so we'll just skip that as we get up. And you're going to get the trophy without a paddle. Obviously that is story related for going down there. Now we're going to go the wrong way here briefly, and we're just going to grab a couple of things. You've got an energy converter, you've got some Callisto credits. Obviously if you want to prioritize health, I would do so. I do need to heal, so I'm just going to grab this, use this, sorry. And then we're going to go back across to the other side, which is the way we're supposed to go. And then we're going to go into a death tunnel. 4 enemies in a row. Pretty quick succession. Don't move forward. That's my advice here. So I'm actually going to drop that that converter that we just got, because health to me is better at this point. And obviously they're worth exactly the same amount. So I might as well. So you will have just checkpointed, so don't worry about that. But yeah, through this door there's going to be 4 enemies. So don't move any more forward. Then when he says oh no, just start going back. Because if you move too far forward, you're going to spawn another one in. You don't want to deal with 2 when you can just deal with 1. But these guys are going to change. I tend to let them, honestly, I'll let them change. But you can go for the chest. On normal enemies like this, it's going to be the chest. On spitters, it's going to be the head that you need to go for. But when it's just you, one-on-one, get used to this section now, because as you can see, the oh, we did actually go for the kill on that one. Combos are changing on enemies now as well, so there is potentially going to be a 3rd swing from enemies now. See, he's too close for me to even try and shoot those tentacles, so he's going to change. But that's fine. So these guys are going to be a problem now, because they do the 3rd swing, which you might not be expecting at this point. You've been used to 2, get ready for 3 now. For the rest of the game, there is always the chance of 3. And sometimes when they have just 1 arm, they will do a 2nd swing as well, which can get quite annoying, because you're used to just 1 arm, 1 swing. That makes sense, right? I'm trying to get rid of this one quickly. Move too far forward and get another one. There he comes. And there's another one as well. There's not much you can do about these final 2 coming in at the same time. See, the 3 swings. You're going to have to get used to that. It definitely took me a minute to get through this corridor initially, because I wasn't used to there being 3 swings. Oh, we nearly got through. Hit free as well. Let's go and wreck it right at the end, didn't you? So yeah, get used to trying to do it, but don't. If it's just you and 1, you can save your ammo. There we go. And you will checkpoint as soon as you kill the last one, which is good. So go back, find your bodies, stomp them all, get the goodies. So where we need to go is down to the right. We're not going to do that just yet. We're going to go through here first. Obviously smash that, you got some good stuff there. So now you will start seeing these as well, which these blue cases, it's kind of a gamble. Obviously you don't know what's going to be in there, but you'll need to either shoot them. If there's no enemies, you can do that, obviously, and not alert anyone. Or if there are enemies, you're going to need to use your glove and pull it towards you and have a look what's inside. It's not always the best. Sometimes it might be nothing that's of any use, really, like some ammo that you don't need. So it's or you might want to just save that extra charge in your glove rather than pull one of those chests towards you. If you do shoot them, when it's on an edge like that, the item will sort of pop towards you, so you will get it. So don't worry about that. So the only reason we're coming down here is to grab a load of credits. So there's going to be a couple in the lockers there. Hopefully the credits are there for you. So it's 30 there for me. And then we're just going to climb up here quickly. Got some more. It's basically just free money. Down to the right here, and then we're going to drop down into some nasty stuff again, because always there's nothing that's going to get you. You're going to see some enemies move there. It's fine, don't worry. We are going to follow with that though. That's the way we need to go. Well, we don't actually need to come through this area at all. It's all kind of a secret area. Just going to come up here quickly, grab whatever's in this locker. Another 20, that's definitely worth doing. I am trying to run here, but it's just not letting me run through this section rather than walking everywhere. Okay, at the top of this ladder we're going to finally see one of those face grabbers. There's no way around this. I'm trying to stop. I know it's there. It's horrible. There's no way around this, but it's going to grab you. Just keep doing triangle and try and keep the damage to a minimum, and then stomp it. You can actually stomp these as well, and I do get my health back, which negates it. That's fine. And then we'll get the item chest. And hopefully you get some good stuff. Nice. There is a pristine energy converter and a battery and some health. There's all good stuff in there. So I will drop this. I don't actually need to use it. I would have used it anyway. And then we'll leave. So coming up is another opportunity for you to... There's some lockers here on the way out as well. Get that robot trophy for shooting the head and killing a robot. If you didn't get in the previous chapter, you can go and do it now. So we're back where we were now, or we're getting there anyway. This is where we pulled that blue crate off. We're going to go down here, around here, and then down the stairs, and then we're going to carry on. So we're leaving this area now. So you can't come back at this point. Once you go through this door and down the lift, you can't come back. So at the bottom here, there's going to be a robot that's patrolling this area. I'm going to avoid it because why wouldn't you? But if you don't have that trophy, you didn't manage to get it, you should have more than enough ammo at this point to at least spare 6 or 7 if you want to get it now. Just be aware you need to put something between you and the robot. So try and use these middle sections you can see, which you'll see in a moment. The best one's probably the second one because you can go all the way around it. This one you can't. So you can see the floor's broken here, so you can't go all the way around this pillar. There's the robot. You can sort of stay in its view. It can't see you. They're not very good at seeing you. But it's just going to path all the way around these platforms in a big circle. So if you don't have that trophy, you can shoot this one in the head and try and get that. Use this second pillar on this next platform we're walking towards as cover. It's probably better because you can go all the way around it. And just going around in a circle. Don't get shot. As you can see, some of these have. Yeah, I'm just going to slowly walk up here. And as we get in here, once we've sold things and dealt with this initial section, I'm going to make a manual save because this is where this tricky little collectible comes. Don't use the console here, we don't need to. Do not press that console until I tell you, actually, because it's going to trigger a checkpoint which we want to use to make sure that we save some collectibles. So sell whatever you don't want. I think, can I do it? Is that 800, 600? Yeah, I can do it. I couldn't see it. Low res preview. I can get the damage upgrade on the pistol now, so we're nearly there with regards to fully upgrading this thing. It's quite expensive, the last upgrade, and it's also an upgrade we'll probably never use, but it is the cheapest weapon to fully upgrade. It's 1800, and it gives you an R1, an alternate fire, which uses a lot of ammo, and it's quite good, but yeah, not something you use too often. So make a manual save here, because this is where this collectible disappeared from my inventory. It was quite annoying. So 2 door options here. We're going to go to the right first. This is the way that we need to go. So take note of those spikes. There's going to be a few enemies. There should be 4, but only 3 enemies appear for me. There will potentially be 4 for you. The 4th one is there, but he just doesn't aggro. So you're going to get 2 initially. One of them will be a spitter, so that's why I want to get rid of this guy quickly. So I'm going to grab him and just chuck him into these spikes. Where's the other one? You can do the spitter as well. Usually you just get the spitter and the one guy. But I've got another one as well who's followed, and then the 4th one, because I didn't move any further forward, doesn't trigger. So it's just 2 to deal with, so I'll just chuck, you'll do your closest. Chuck one of them in, and then just deal with whatever you have left. There is a health injector on the table in front of us, so don't worry about taking a bit of damage here, just as long as you get through it, really. So there you can see the spitters. You need to shoot their heads. When they're transforming, you can hit them. It's actually a good opportunity to get some decent damage in. I've got it staggered here, so I'm going to got my old 4-hit combo now, so it's a bit better. And then stomp them all. See what you find. I can't get this one, unfortunately. He's a bit too high, stuck there. So yeah, be aware that there will be a 4th, but for some reason he didn't aggro for me. But there's another spikes all the way down here on the left, so you can just chuck them in any of the spikes you find. And then up here, he comes from up here, so I don't know why he doesn't. Even me walking here, he's just kind of stood there. So we'll just give him a quick stab in the back. Makes my life easier anyway. Grab this, and we're going to go under here, and there's going to be an invisible enemy. Why did I do say there's going to be a little transition here? I did have to come back on the save here at some point. I can't remember why. I think it was because somebody was at the door. I had to go and answer the door, so I paused and I thought, I'll just do the save. I'll go back. So yeah, there's going to be an invisible one. He's going to crawl up behind you. This is the way he's going to come. I wouldn't go in for a second swing combo, as tempting as it is. Just wait for their second attack and then finish them off, rather than just swinging all out. It doesn't work. It's not the best. Right, the way we need to go is straight on. But if you want to just grab a few easy credits here, you can come down here and come into this room here. So as you come in here, the door's going to lock behind you. Run over here, smash this panel only, this glass panel only. Pick up this fuse. That means we can get back out. And just stand here. And there's lots of those little wormy things running around. And you'll start hearing the doors kind of shut as they leave, because that's exactly what they're doing. You can see they're all just leaving. So if you just wait here for a moment, they all leave and you don't have to bother with them. So I thought that was a bit odd when I did this, but that's the thing. I don't know why I'm trying to smash that glass. It's already smashed. But yeah, there's a couple of units here, cabinets. Health, which I don't need. That's everything done. And now we can leave. Quick side room. Should net you quite a few. Got some spare ones there. Quite a few credits for free. Now, the collectible coming up now is the one that broke on me, and I'm going to explain how, or how I think it happened, so it doesn't happen to you. So you're going to climb up here, and as you leave this, you're going to notice there's a checkpoint happens. Just as you move towards the end here, you're going to see it in the bottom right now. If my logo's not in the way, you will still see it. There we go. So it's checkpoints. So you think, so I'm fine, I can drop down here, I can get this collectible, which is a story related one. You do need it to leave. Now if you die by going to the right hand side, which we're about to do, there are a couple of enemies down there, easy one-on-ones, so don't worry about it. So it's Sergeant Pekelo here. There's nothing to listen to, it's just a security thing. Do not use that console over there just yet. So what happened was, I died when I went off to the right hand side now, on my practice run, and then the checkpoint brings you back, but it's after you've picked up the collectible, weirdly, rather than before in the tunnel, in the vent. It puts you outside the door having picked up the collectible, but you don't get the opportunity to pick it up again. So it's actually gone. It's weird. I don't know why it does that, but the checkpoints actually checkpoint a bit further than after than you think. It's a bit strange in this game. I don't know why it does it, but just be aware of that. If you do die here, you're gonna have to go back on that manual save, or if it's still there in your inventory, if they fixed it or something in a later patch or something like that, then you'll be fine. Just check it's still there if you die. If not, you're gonna have to go back on that manual save. So you've got crate there. Hopefully get some good stuff. There's going to be a... Where is he? There's one that's going to appear. I'm just swinging for the fences there. And then we've got another collectible here. This is what we actually want. This is Officer James Reese Security. Listen to that, obviously. And then you can see there's a schematic to my right, which is for the skunk gun, which is a gun we're not going to use. So do not pick up or make this gun, because then you'll start getting ammo for that gun that we just don't need. It's going to take up ammo spawns for guns we actually need, as well as inventory. So just don't need it. It doesn't matter. So you've got one enemy that's going to appear here. It's just a regular one-on-one. You should be fine with this. It will potentially transform, but we do get the spike kill just as he's doing it, which I thought was pretty nifty and handy. And then there's going to be one more enemy that's going to pop out the grate in the floor here. Just a regular guy again. And then I wasn't actually going for this, but it's just the way the fight went. We get a second spike kill as he's transforming. I was not going for that at all. I guess subliminally I kind of was, because I was near it. Now the reason we didn't touch this tram security until now is because we want to lock in both of those collectibles now without having to worry about them messing up. So do that now. Sell whatever you've got there. Do this. I'm just going to skip this little bit of a cutscene, and then you'll notice that there is a checkpoint there. So that's going to lock in both of those collectibles now, and we'll be fine from now on. Okay, good. Hopefully everything went alright in there for you. Right, now just run down here. There's going to be invisible enemies. There's 4 of them. As you run down here, one's going to grab you potentially. It didn't for me, so a little bit of a weird. The game completely freaks out and says, no, you're supposed to get grabbed first. So it throws one of the enemies out, and then it says, no, you're supposed to get grabbed first. And then the enemy jumps back in the tree, and then I get grabbed. So that's going to happen. You're going to get grabbed. And then we're just watching out for the invisible ones. Use your gun here. And if you can, get the second hit if it's stunned with the gunshot. And just keep an eye out on the trees. As long as you're holding left or right all the time, you will dodge whatever's coming towards you, as long as it's not directly behind you. So yeah, do go for a shot, and then if you can, go for the finish if it's really close. And then, yeah, make your way off to the left. Keeping an eye on the trees as you go. There he is. Did we finish that one? We did. And then there is a 4th. The music's still going, kind of thing. So I do know there is a 4th one there somewhere. But I mean, I don't need to wait, so I'm not going to. But be aware that there is a 4th there somewhere. But we're making our way to this door. If you can make your way to this door without killing any, then that's great, I suppose. And we are almost there, nearly there. Bit of a tricky room here, unfortunately, but we do need to come into this place to get a collectible. But 3 enemies, nothing you can do to whittle down their numbers with regards to spikes or ledges, so unfortunately you have to take all 3 on. And they're over there, so they're going to sort of run over those chairs towards you. The back one, well, I think it's the middle. Yeah, he's a spitter, so yeah, it's how the hell do you get me from? I saw that coming from a mile off as well. So I'm just throwing a couple of random shots in, but ultimately I want the 2 melee ones close up and the spitter to stay behind and try and put me and the melee between the spitter or this luggage here. But yes, go for the gun on the at the end of your combos. Managed to get the kill there, which was lucky. And we've got this one, which has been patiently waiting behind us. He keeps missing. I want the spitter to hit this enemy so it kills him. He keeps missing. He's not doing his job properly. We do get the kill there. So I want to close the gap at this point. So I'm just going to jump over here and then just give him a quick shot in the leg or wherever. It's going to stun him, means you can climb over. Don't want to burn through too much ammo in this place. Yeah, you do have to shoot the head on the tentacle, but his head's exploded, so I can't really... What do I shoot now? Yeah, the transformation is going to happen, I guess. Then we get a bit of a weird situation here as he tries to climb away from me, because I'm the scary one, apparently. With one arm, hit him in the leg, and he flies off behind me and dies somewhere. I couldn't figure out where he went, but there he is. Anyway, over the top, grab this. This is what we're here for. Officer Serra. And that's the final collectible for Habitat for this area. I'm listening to it. I'm trying to listen to it. I did it a few times, actually cut it out there. But my audio wasn't playing, which was a bit strange. It was there. You could see it moving, but there was no sound or subtitles. But it did count. I checked later on. I do actually think about that a bit further on and double checked. You're going to see a little cut as I just go back and check and make sure it definitely counted, which it did. So once we're done in this room and run down here, that's the skull. They really want you to have it. You're gonna see it a few times. It'll appear here and there to make sure you didn't miss it, which is a good thing. But we don't want it, that gun, so don't worry about it. Just one final fight here before we leave. I've gone the wrong way. Don't go that way. I don't know what I'm doing. Where are you going? There you go. So yeah, at this point here, I'm just going to check a few things. So I'm just going to go back, check a few things, make sure that collectible counted more than anything because it was playing on my mind. And then we're going to go forward here. Now you can go a bit aggressive on this or not. It's up to you. There are quite a few here. There is at least one spitter off to the right of the back there. There are a lot of tougher enemies. You've got the big ones which hit like a truck. And then you've got a security one as well. The big one there, you can get his attention by standing here and he'll follow you back. And you can just draw him back, take him out and come back, deal with that one. I actually go for the stupid the stupid method and just think, no, we'll take advantage of this spinning thing in the middle of the room here and have a mess around with it. So that's what I do. Although my battery just ran out. It doesn't go the best, but I weirdly don't take too much damage either. I guess I'm kind of blocking or dodging well. Just throw them all in and there you go, really. But yes, you can be more conservative than that and draw them one at a time. But for the sake of this video going on any longer, you can also just run in and have some fun with the spinny thing in the middle. Because I know you want to. It's there. It's saying, come throw these enemies into me. It even does a little blood effect and showers you with blood afterwards because it wants you to do it. Getting a bit close to it here. There we go. Unfortunately I only got the one to stomp though because all the others are dead in there somewhere. So no bodies, no other bodies. But once they're all dead, we are done with this chapter. You are safe. So we're about to get an upgrade for the suit, which will move straight into the next chapter, number 5, Lost. So once you start that chapter, you're going to have this new suit. It automatically happens in the next cutscene, which I'm going to skip at the end here. We're just going to do this last little bit of gameplay where we have to climb up a platform, but then it's going to go straight into a load of cutscenes and stuff. And you'll be out in the snow with a suit on, and that's where we'll pick it up in the next video. So this is, because it's technically gameplay, I've left it in. But yeah, climb up, and there is nothing to worry about. Just climb up, just hold left on the stick. There will be enemies appearing below you and things like that, but it's all scripted. It's fine. I don't think I can reach you from there. Anyway, once the scene kicks in, we're done. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.